Next, I want to do a recording of showing you how to use the script collecting object to change scene or remove an object. This is actually one of I think my favorite script that I share here. I think this is a great interactivity that you can encourage your player to actually by, for example, collecting thing. It's kind of like they have a task, obvious task they're assigned, and then there will actually be a reward in the end by completing that task that you give it to them. Okay, so feel free to click on the link and go to the original tutorial that is offered by the person who wrote the script, but I will record it again and just showing you the important steps how to make the script work and try to do it in a much shorter manner. So make sure you download the script. So there's two scripts in this collect item folder. So make sure you download it and put the two script, which is count objects and object to collect, in your asset folder. Okay. Also, I provide the step-by-step instruction, so you can also give you some screenshot and references on an important step that you have to do to make the script work. So either watching this tutorial or looking at the step-by-step instruction, hopefully it will be helpful for you to make this script work in your game. Okay, let's go to Unity. So here we go. Here's our scene, and cool. I have other things going on that I set up earlier, but it should be fine. Okay, so let me double click on my player. Okay, so this is where our camera is at. So first of all, let's put some stuff for us to collect. I will use some capsules as example. So we will the player have to collect multiple capsule to be able to either remove something in the scene or switch to a different scene after they collect everything. Okay, so let's set up the capsule, which is the collectible. Okay, so first of all, make sure it is triggered. And also we need to add that script on the object to collect. Okay, so add component, script, object to collect. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's what we need to do for the object. Okay, next, when we click on object to collect, you can see what we need to do is we need to define a tag for the player. Okay, so when the player touches the object, it will be recognized and be collected. So who is the player? Is the FPS controller. So make sure you change on the tag from whatever it was to players. Okay, otherwise the script won't recognize the player actually already collide with the object. Okay, second, we need to set up for the kind of the menu for us to see the text showing up of that collection. Okay, so we need to go to Object, UI, Text. Okay, so otherwise without the text, the viewer won't be able to know how many capsules they collected, right? Okay, so to work on this, first of all, this is the count object. This is where the script for counting all the objects that you have. Okay, so you can apply this count object on anything. You can apply that on your terrain. You can apply on this event system, which is on the things that automatically generate when we create the UI. Okay, the UI text, it will automatically generate. So you can either put it on your terrain or I'll put it on the event system. Okay. I think even you put it on a house, it will work, doesn't matter. Okay, so I'll drag it in. So we have the count object on the event system. Okay, so what else we have to set up? Okay, so when we click on the script, you can see what are the script actually written. Okay, so we need to define the object num. Okay, what is that? Okay, so this actually we have to set it up ourselves. This need to be changed from text to object num. Object num. Okay, make sure the capital letter N and O are capital letter. If you make it lowercase, then it won't recognize. So make sure you type it correctly. Okay, click on count object so you can see exactly what you need to set up, which is the canvas, the text, and rename it. Okay, so I think we can test it out. Actually, let me make a copy of our capsule. So at least there's two we have to collect. Let's make it 3. let's hit play. Okay, so we have some more things we have to set up, but let's just test it really quickly. Okay, so here, I can actually collect it. Can you guys see the words? It's gray right now. It's hard to see. It's find food to eat. And it's actually working, but the text is obvious too small. And everything, all the three we collect is all object collected. Okay, so actually it's working. Great. We just have to change the UI, the object num. So we need to make it, maybe put the text here and make it bigger and change the color so we can actually read it. So let's make the text a little bit bigger by changing the font size. You can even change the font if you want. And I'll change it to white. I think white will have a higher contrast with the rest of the thing. And next, the text is still going to be in the middle of our scene. Yeah, and also you can see find food, because we make it bigger, so the text is actually got cropped. Okay, so how can we fix that? So if you click on 2D, okay, and zoom it out a little bit, okay, this is where the text box is at. Okay, so we have to move it a little bit and also make it bigger. Okay, if your text has more things in there, make sure your text box is bigger. Okay, and let's see, move, and also I'll just like drag it, drag the box. Okay, it's a little hard to drag. Anyway, I can also change the position here. This is a little bit easier to manage. I'll just move the box on the top, like upper left, and let's hit play and see if it. Cool, okay, so it's definitely moving up a little bit, but not as high as I wish. Okay, you can also change the center on the anchor preset. In default, it's anchor in the middle. Let's anchor it to the upper left. Okay, so see if that make a difference. It did. Okay, so now it's a perfect location, and we can see all the text, and we collect everything. It shows us all objects collected. Okay. So you might be curious, what does it mean? All like things you have to collect to eat. What's that? Okay, so that was the text I added earlier. So this is something you can totally adjust. Okay. By the way, after you're done with the setting of your text, please click back to the 2D. If it's in 2D, you can see the text is much easier to manage. But if it's in 2D, you're locked. You cannot change the perspective. So make sure you click on 2D so you're back to the normal perspective. Okay, so double click on player so you can zoom in back to where everything happened. Okay, so let's click on the count object. Okay, so here, this is what I wrote earlier, find food to eat. Okay, so if you want to change it, for example, change it to like find the capsule, or find the coin, find the treasure, find the trash, whatever you're collecting. How can you change it? So double click on the script, okay, and the Visual Studio Community or whatever in default Unity set up on your computer to change the script should be open. And here's the thing you can change. Okay, so the orange here, find food to eat. So you can change it to whatever you want. So find capsule, find capsule. Did I spell it right? Capsule, no. Okay, capsule. And also you can change like what happened when all object collected. Okay. And what else? Here, the two different things will happen after all the object is selected if the object to collect turn into 0. So you can see if you have 3 capsules in the beginning, it will start from it will be a countdown. Okay, so it will be the object to collect. This will be the countdown. So it's kind of cool. Like if you simply after you change this, make sure you hit save. Okay, otherwise it won't apply. So now I have 3 capsules in the scene. So you can see the text has a countdown starting from 3. It's froze. Give it a minute. Okay, so see, find capsule is changed. And I have 3 capsules, so it will be a countdown. So it's very clear to let the viewer know how many objects they have to collect. And the cool part is you can have like more capsule, and the script will actually automatically update the number. So now I have 5, and the countdown will be 5. Isn't that cool and easy? Okay, so after every capsule collected, we'll see all object collected. But how can we change the reward? So there's 2 options that you can do. So one is you can make the level change, or you can destroy an object. Okay, so here you can see on the low level is grayed out. Is because I do this 2/, it will make this application low level into just a description instead of actually activated. So what happened here is some object will be destroyed after all object is collected. Okay, so what is the object that will be destroyed? That is something you can set up. So let's go find back to our count object script. Remember where you put it? I put it in event system. And here, the next level is blank, and also the object to destroy is blank. Okay, so let's show you how to destroy an object. For example, I have this huge wall on the side. So for example, you can create a maze, and then this wall is blocked until you have to collect everything. So I have this called wall. Okay, so how to apply the wall to the object to destroy? All you need to do is just drag the wall and drop it to object to destroy. Okay, just that easy. So let's test it out. So the wall is there, and let's kind of collect all our capsule. Okay, and we have one last capsule, and when we collect it, bam, the wall is gone, and all objects is collected. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And you can change all objects to collected. You can change it to yeah, go find the treasure, whatever. Okay, next, if you want to make this scene, instead of destroy an object, you want to just load a new scene. How can you do that? Okay, so you can come back to the script and then make the destroy object, this part, to be grayed out, and activate the load level, and make sure you remove that 2/ in front of it so you can see it turn to blue and black on the text. Okay, let's hit save. Okay, so now we have to apply the scene. Okay, so what other scene I have in my project? So this is in scene 3, and I have like scene 1 and scene 2. Okay, I don't know what my other scene has, so we'll just pick a random one and test it out. Okay, so just type it out. So scene 2. Okay, CENE2. Make sure no typo. Make sure everything, all caps or lowercase, is correct. And if you use the load scene, you have to double check on the build setting and make sure the scene is that you want to load is in the scene and build. Okay, so I have scene 3, which is the current scene, and scene 1. I don't have scene 2 over here. So make sure you drag your scene in the scene and build. Okay, and that should do the work. So now let's go back to our game, and let's close that. So let's collect all capsule, and the last one, and then we will load to scene 2. Okay, scene 2 have nothing, but we successfully loaded to a different scene. Yeah, so that's how to use the collect object. I think this is a very easy to apply but very effective, very fun and rewarding script to add interactivity in your scene. So I strongly encourage you if you can add this function in your game.